this is my home. Welcome to my home on wheels. So if we are on the road, and we went back in service on Monday, and today is Thursday, I think. So we have been busy. We've got a load now. We picked up yesterday in Laredo, Texas, and we're headed to New Boston, Michigan with it. They'll be delivered tomorrow. So it's been crazy. I'm telling you. When I was picking up yesterday in Laredo, it was 103 degrees. It felt like 113. That was the feel like. The real temperature was 103. And it's ridiculous because what is this, April, and it's already 103 degrees. It's funny because I sent my daughter-in-law, Emily, who lives in Kansas, a picture of the temperature readout, I guess that's what you call it, on my dash, and yesterday, and she's like, oh my gosh, she says, you must be in Texas. And I said yes, and she said, I think that Texas is just going to melt right off the map this summer. And I had to laugh because it's crazy, because like I said, it's April and it's already that hot. And what's going on? And what's going on with all the weather too? I mean, it's typical because we run so many miles and cross so many states and everything in a single day to have weather patterns changes. But yesterday it was 103, and now today it's 50, and I'm in Illinois. So I started driving this morning about 6 a.m. A few minutes after 6 this morning. It was still dark too. And I was in Cumbie, Texas is where I took over, and then I finished my shift just a few minutes before 6 p.m. this evening in Mount Vernon, Illinois. So I went across, well, I was in Texas and then Arkansas and then Missouri and now Illinois. So, you know, it's crazy how we travel so much, but that's what we do. You know, we're truck drivers, so we drive the miles. But it was a hard day today, in and out of the rain. It stormed a lot today, and really thoughts and prayers go out to all those that's having just really yesterday with all the tornadoes, and especially North Mississippi, southern Tennessee. It's just crazy. And I don't know if I've mentioned in my description channel, I can't remember, that I'm from South Mississippi. So I can't remember what I put. But anyway, I'm from South Mississippi. My husband and I are. And we're from a small town. They are about 25 miles north of the Gulf of Mexico. Or is it the Gulf of America now? I don't know. Which is it? Anyway. Not getting into that. But I did want to address some comments that was put on some of my videos that I uploaded. And thank you everybody that has subscribed to my channel and that has viewed my videos, and especially those who have liked it and commented on it. I love reading the comments, and I try when I can to respond to them. Like I said, it's driving, it's very difficult to do it. So, but anyway, you see, my husband's driving. We are team drivers, and of course I drive during the day shift primarily, and then he drives the night shift. So anyway, I know I skip around a lot, but just bear with me on this stuff. But a couple of comments I did want to address is, like, I had someone comment on the Blackbird Beach series. It's great books. They're clean, wholesome books with a great story. Sometimes they get a little slow, but they get better with each book. There's 8 books in that series, and I think I have 5 of them. I don't have all of them, but I think I have 5 of them. So I'm going to see what I can do about getting those up as time goes along, it's a lot harder for me to upload the audiobooks when I'm on the road. When it takes a while to do it, and I'm not at home with my fast internet, so it takes a lot. But and we do go home about once a month, so we're home just once a month. We don't go home every weekend or every night. So and anyway, I just wanted to mention that on the Blackbird Beach. The next book in the series is Gulf Coast Secrets, and they're by Maggie Miller is who wrote them, and I think they're just great. I just started listening to the series because it said Gulf Coast, and I was thinking in my mind, Mississippi Gulf Coast, and it's actually the Florida Gulf Coast, the coast of Florida. And I forget, that Florida is what they consider that part of the Gulf, because it is, Anyway, of course, the fictional towns and everything. It's a great series, great, wholesome books, good story. Anyway, the other comments that I want to address is on the Academy for Misfit Witches series. That's fun. It's a fun series, and there's 3 books in there. There is another book, and I thought I had it, but I keep searching through I have them 437 books, or rather MP4s of audiobooks. I have 437, so it takes a while to search through, and I have some of them organized. I started this project one time of organizing, the books, and I haven't finished that. So whenever and if I find the 3rd book, I will include it as I can. But if you can't wait until then, and I can't tell you when it's going to be, I don't know. If you can't wait till then, you can find it on Audible if you don't have an Audible, on Kindle if you want to read it, or Amazon. And also there's an app that my daughter-in-law put me in touch with a couple of weeks ago when we were able to go by their house. They live in Kentucky, and a different daughter-in-law. But it's an online lending library, and they have ebooks, they have magazines, they have ebooks, they have music, and they have audiobooks. So it's a wonderful thing. I tell you what, when she put me on, I was like, found books in series that I had been listening to and I couldn't get, or rather I didn't want to pay for them yet. And anyway, it's called Hoopla, H-O-O-P, let me spell this right, I've got it written down there, H-O-O-P-L-A, Hoopla, and it's an app, but it's a lending library. You have to have a library card somewhere, I don't know, I'm using hers, but don't tell nobody. Anyway, but it's great. The only thing is, you don't keep the books. It's exactly like it's a library, so you don't get to keep them. They're not yours, but you do get to read them or listen to them. And I've done several like that. So anyway, I just wanted to touch base with everybody. I know this has turned into rather lengthy, and it went a little longer than I thought. Oh, one more thing I do want to say. Some books, or a series of books, I wanted to talk to you about. They're fun books. I just think I remember them. And while I was looking for the other book, or the 3rd book in the Academy for Misfit Witches series, I ran across these books, and they're so much fun. I'm going to try and maybe get one uploaded. I don't know how it will do. Like I said, it all depends on my signal and things like that up here when we're on the road, But the series is called Hot and Badgered, and it's part of I'm sorry, that's not the series, that's the name of the book. The series is the Honey Badgers Chronicle series, and they're written by Shelley Lawrenston. If you haven't written or listened to or read any of her books, she's a great writer. Great series, and it's kind of an offshoot of another series that's called the Pride series, which all those books are great too. And I think there's like 8 or 9 of those, but I have most of those. But these the Honey Badgers Chronicles, I just think they're fun, they're funny, there's mystery, there's of course there's romance, and you know, there's that 3-letter word, that's sex, and everybody's like, oh, you know, but I like kind of racy stuff. That's just what I like, you know. I do like that, and I like the whole spectrum of books. If it's a good book, if it's entertaining, whether it's clean and wholesome with nothing, you know, or if it's, you know, just the other end of the spectrum, you know, hard BDSM, you know, I like them. I like the whole spectrum of the books. I just love to listen to books or read books, and I get immersed in them, you know. I'm one of those type of person people who, when I'm reading or listening to a book, I'll just laugh out loud at something, you know. Or sometimes I'll be driving down the road, and if I'm listening to a book and it's sad, and I'll just start crying, you know. I'm like crying over this book. So I really get immersed in, if it's a good story, good narration, I really get immersed in them. This is the way these books by Shelley Lawrenston, and I hope I'm saying that right. It's Lawrenston, so I'm assuming I am. They're by Tantor Audio is the publisher, but it's great narrations from what I can remember, and I do remember the series. I think it's be my next ones to put up, so just look for that. Be the Honey Badgers Chronicle series. I'm going to work on getting those up. So I think that's it. Roads are getting pretty rough, pretty rough out there, and I still have my supper to eat, which is a Subway 6-inch from Subway sandwich. I haven't eaten. Pretty much the only meal that I've had today. Such is the life of a truck driver. So be safe until next time, folks. Bye-bye.